Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We recently got a handful of good news for Battlefield 6, both via some individual devs replying to various different users on social media about upcoming game updates, various different things that will or won't be changing. We also have some direct confirmations and new updates from Battlefield themselves with some things that are already live and being adjusted. So we've got quite a bit to break down here today. First up, we got to start off with some news about one of our upcoming maps that was directly detailed by the devs. So in response to the recent community update detailing some of the incoming season 2 content, David Serland, one of the directors here at Battlefield, was asked if goal mud was going to be changing. They don't want it to change. Please don't make it smaller. And David Serland ended up saying, oh, it's not smaller. Register for labs and find out. So confirming that they're not going to be adjusting the size of goal mud at all here. That was a big concern when that first got announced, because they said they were going to do some touch-ups to make it fit in Battlefield 6, and a lot of people assumed that means they were going to change the fundamental design and size of the map, but direct confirmation here, it is not getting smaller at all. HQ will be very big. Big HQ and spawn protection will ruin this map too. And to this, David says, we are aiming to get this one very right, hence the early testing and over time. For old players, it's akin to a community map project in a sense, getting the gameplay balance right and multiple iterations and updates with testing over time to get it great. So goal mud is going to be in labs, it seems like, for a while here, so they can test out various different design elements for it and see which really works best for the general player base and what also obviously works best for the flow of the map. Ghost Gaming ends up quoting David here saying, good to hear that goal mud won't be getting the OP Firestorm treatment, obviously with Firestorm seeing some adjustments there. Serland does reply and say, we will also iterate heavy on vehicle gameplay now that we have a map with the full archetype set of vehicles playable in one sandbox. So it seems like goal mud is really going to be a map where they really try and hone in on the core elements of Battlefield that the Battlefield, veterans really want to get more of in Battlefield 6. So it seems like this could be a map that obviously is going to evolve a lot through labs and be polished through labs, but really the community will have a really big impact on making sure when it does officially drop, whether it's later on in season 2 as a part of like a smaller content update or potentially even further on down the road, that it's going to really truly fit and play well in this game. Some more news here from David Serland. This person asks, what about time to kill and limb multipliers, which will make the gunplay much better instead of just reducing the actual TTK? And to this, David says, we'll talk about that in testing too, and netcode. We have many changes that need validation and getting things just right, which means this multiple test setup is perfect for that as well. So this also confirms beyond just general goal mud railway gameplay, evolutions throughout the labs testing. They're going to be testing more with time to kill and testing more with netcode over the course of the next few labs updates. So hopefully, again, once these updates do fully make their way into the game, ideally with season 2 or shortly thereafter, there's going to be true polish behind them and it won't be as much of a guessing game for the devs. And by the way, as we're going through all the various update details and confirmations and fixes here today, if you guys enjoy the video, you find the information helpful, do me a favor, drop a like. It's always seriously appreciated and it's a great way to help grow the channel. And if you're new to the channel, you want to ensure you're always in the know for everything going on in Battlefield, this is the place to be. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. We've obviously got a few very busy weeks ahead leading up to the launch of season 2 with some of the reveals and announcements that are inbound, so you're not going to want to miss anything. Next up here, this user posts, B-Dice, you make Battlefield 6, you neglect to balance the vehicles in a meaningful way whatsoever, you then ignore that lack of balance and you create a remastered goal mud with that is a primary giant vehicle sandbox. Win back the good graces of all players and then profit, basically, so kind of memeing the whole situation here. This person says they're going to fix it in labs. They're also making adjustments in labs, so hopefully we see changes to vehicles there. This person responds and says, I would sure hope they make a ton of necessary changes to vehicles, but there's almost too many to fix in one labs pass. And David Serland yet again confirms it's not just one pass, it's many to get this right. So they are well aware that vehicle gameplay right now is very subpar. It's very lackluster in Battlefield 6, and when you have a map that shines vehicle gameplay so much like goal mud does, they want to make sure it does it justice. So it seems like the next few lab updates here, which I'm sure we're going to get plenty of leaks out from, are really going to be heavily focusing on polishing these elements of gameplay. We also have some new update details from Florian, or Drunks here, one of the principal game designers on Battlefield. This person posts saying, hours testing post-patch, aim still feels bad, tracking and recoil compensation is still overridden by recoil. This has been a problem where recoil patterns basically can speed you up or slow you down as you're firing if you're looking left to right, and just the interaction with how recoil works in this game versus how you're controlling a gun and trying to move it and counter that recoil has been very inconsistent and problematic here. And Florian responds and says, in this most recent update, it wasn't going to be any recoil based stuff. There were no recoil fixes or adjustments in this update, so you shouldn't notice anything different. However, this should be fixed during season 2, hopefully when it launches. So February, mid-February really, when season 2 drops, is when we hopefully will be seeing full-on recoil overhauls and fixes to the system that causes a lot of these inconsistencies. If not right away at launch on February 17th, I believe it is, then hopefully shortly thereafter, a week or two after the fact. This is definitely a big update that is long overdue from being put into the game. Obviously, the holiday break and everything going on there probably paused and halted a lot of the progress on fixing this and getting it fully sorted. So hopefully season 2 launch is going to address this. If not right at launch, shortly thereafter, officially confirmed here. This is also kind of a funny one, but we do have a direct confirmation it's going to be updated. This person tweets at David Serland and Florian saying, do you plan to fix this supply bag bug? It's annoying when the bag is stuck to a weapon. It's impossible to shoot. You can see the supply bag just goes fully on top of your gun. And Florian does say, yes, this will get fixed in an upcoming update. So we've got that confirmed now as well. And then we do also have a couple of new updates officially from the Battlefield Communications Twitter account. And these are updates that are already going out now as we speak. We're not having to wait for any season 2 stuff, any lab stuff. So this one here, really good news. They say an update to verified and official portal servers. Verified and official portal servers have been increased from 30 hertz to 60 hertz tick rate for their servers, resulting in smoother and more responsive gameplay. This upgrade followed back-end improvements in stability testing, allowing us to safely move portal verified experiences to 60 hertz. What experiences are you playing? Let us know. So this is, again, a long overdue update. We've needed that 60 hertz tick rate on the portal servers for a while now. This should certainly make portal experiences feel a whole lot better, whether you're playing verified or official stuff there. So certainly good news with this. Again, long overdue, but nice to see it's finally made its way into the game. And then this seemed to be a multi-step update that's gone out over the course of the past few days. Initially here, the Battle Royale initiation mode had some bugs going on with it. So a few days back, they ended up disabling this entirely. And then they went through and they had a resolution for this. They resolved an issue impacting the Battle Royale initiation mode and have re-enabled it across all platforms. And then there was another issue where the tile for it just straight up was not showing for any players after the update. They were looking into that, and now they have resolved this issue of the Battle Royale initiation mode tile not showing. Thanks for your reports and patience while we worked through this. So they've gone through. Battle Royale initiation was super broken right after the most recent update. They took it out of the game. Now they've fixed that and it's back and it's fully available to select on the menu. You shouldn't have any problems with that appearing there. So that's now been fully updated as well. So certainly good news across the board here. A lot of focus, a lot of attention to detail going towards perfecting Gold Mode Railway as a map, and then also vehicle combat as well. New updates to aiming are inbound and officially confirmed here, and we've got a few solid updates out already. That all being said, that is going to wrap things up for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button on your way out so you can always guarantee you're in the know for absolutely everything going on in the world of Battlefield. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.